Hey everyone, and good afternoon from Louisville. Came out here to film a little segment for the channel. It ended up not happening based on some ride availability, but do you know what is open? Bourbon, bars, drinking. So we got a night out on the town. We're going to show you what we can find here in Louisville. Starting off here at Old Forester. Now, unfortunately, they normally do tours and things like that, but not available today. And the bar is closed. The tours, a lot of the tours here will book up pretty early. But still a really nice building to come into. Look at that still. So the first one was cool, but we didn't get to drink anything. Hopefully that changes here. I love this. Look at this as you're greeted in here. There's tours and things like that, but we are just going to go to the bar and have ourselves some bourbon. So the bar up here is pretty neat. We got all varied stuff. I went for a flight of flavored whiskeys. Clay, you got a flight of big whiskeys, all 100 proof.
100 proof, yeah.
And Hyde, you got the old fashioned.
Yeah, everyone's old fashioned.
Update on the cocktail fountain is actually a 2-level fountain, and even more impressive than I thought. So if you stop by Evan Williams, make sure you go to the second floor, which is the gift shop. There is also a tasting bar. We got 4 free samples with Bob, a certified bourbon steward.
His official title.
Great, yeah, it's a great title. Some of the merch, really good. This coffee mug's probably our favorite. The Evan Williams Bourbon Experience. And the back says, "This is probably bourbon." So that'll do it for some of the bourbon tourism, as a lot of these places tend to close around 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Next, we're going to go check out the Conservatory bar in the Galt House Hotel. So the Conservatory bar, it's really kind of interesting. It's in between 2 buildings and above a street. Now, we wanted to stop in here because apparently a couple years ago, the bar doubled as an aquarium with like fish underneath your drinks. That is no longer a thing, but still neat. Did some bourbon drinking. Now time to do some beer drinking here at the Bluegrass Brewing Company. So we really weren't thinking when we ordered the beers. We ordered the same exact beer, the Bourbon Barrel Ale, but it's really, really good. We got some other stuff here. There's a raspberry mead, 007 Blonde, James Blonde, a home record double IPA, and then we got some pretzels. I think it's beer cheese.
Beer cheese.
So I love this. As you're walking around the bourbon district, there's walking directions telling you how long it takes to get to the various distilleries.
There's a map over here as well. Tells you how long it's walking.
That's really cool. Our next stop's going to be Overdrive, which is racing, axe throwing, and VR. But I think they have pour your own beer bar, and I love those. All right, so I don't love any of the pour your own beer walls. This one, not one of the bigger ones I've seen, but the systems are so cool. One thing I like about this one that I haven't seen on other ones, like if you want to learn something about the beer, like if we want to learn about Slamber, you click on it, and it doesn't work.
But what about this? What about this? There you go. Oh, but
yeah.
Maybe. There we go.
There we go. You can learn all about like the one I just poured myself.
It has a rocky head.
Yep. And now you have to register your card. You put your card in here. No, it's not reading it. That's weird. I don't know.
There you go.
All right, so there we go. It's got my current tab. And then, Hyde, which one are you going to pour?
I'm going to go with peanut butter bourbon ale.
So as he pours, just like you're at the gas pump, it's going to run your tab.
Just like the gas pump, it gets dangerous fast.
It does. But this is more fun. I love bars like this. I think it's a blast. So there's a bunch of attractive stuff you can do at the bar, like axe throwing, virtual reality racing. Then there's these VR booths you can rent out. And some of the games are really interesting. Like the selection is very different from like things that make a ton of sense. Like Creed Rise to Glory, Pistol Whip I clicked on. Fruit Ninja makes sense. Emily Wants to Play seems to be like a horror game.
Well, but
I think our favorite, Drunken Bar Fight.
You talking to me?
And it's just like you're punching another man in a bar, virtually. Interesting. I need to break the windows. So I've seen a lot of stuff here at Overdrive before. Virtual reality, axe throwing, pour your own beer walls. But they have a rage room.
Yes.
I think it's like $80 an hour, and then you can add on other stuff and go into the rage room. They're gonna put you in like a full hazmat suit.
They said that basically everything from the 90s and 2000s.
Computer-
TVs, CPUs,
Computer monitors, glass bottles.
flash screen TVs. He said you could bring pictures of ex-girlfriends.
But what you can't do, drink
Unfortunately,
before.
he said that since we already are drinking from the beer wall back there,
No rage room for us.
no rage room after alcohol. You got rage room and then drinks. So
Yeah.
something to keep in mind for sure. But it sounds really cool. I love how they have a monitor.
Oh yeah, for the interactive, like just a watch along
I wish
experience.
someone was doing it because like,
Oh, yeah.
I totally just laughed the whole time.
Clay, something both you and I have never done. One of these pedal pubs. Always thought about it. Seems fun. Never done one.
It is fun.
All right, I'll take your word for it. All right, we're down on 4th Street. I guess one of the big drinking areas. I'm not sure what's happening, Clay. I don't. Is it aerobics? I like the dog. I don't know either. Seems like way too much exercise for like 8 o'clock in the evening. Kudos to these people. Good for them. All right, right now we're in Flavortown. In this area, they do have a Guy Fieri themed smokehouse. No drink menu. We did get some craft beers. But like, I'm a big fan of the Guy Fieri Pig and Anchor on the Carnival Cruise Line, so I had to try the pork butt here in Louisville. And like, we got all this for like $8. I'd say the barbecue is not bad, definitely inexpensive, but I think it is better on the Carnival cruise ships at the Guy's Pig and Anchor. All right, Clay, so one thing we always do, check out the Tiki Bar. Exactly, here in Louisville. It is the Limbo. Let's go check it out. So that Tiki Bar was really cool. A solid drink menu and a really neat spot. They have a nice patio. They have pinball machines. So thumbs up to the Tiki Bar. So that was our evening out in town here in Louisville. Fun times. We didn't really know what we were doing, so we just kind of wandered around, did some Googling. I definitely want to come back and do more of that bourbon-related tourism stuff. Those were some pretty cool places and go on some of the tours. All right, guys, thanks for watching.